Hello, good afternoon. My name is Mr. Joel Chinedu. I'm from Nigeria, Africa. I will be lecturing in mathematics. And today we are going to start with ordinary process of what? Arithmetic. It's for the senior secondary school. Follow me up, subscribe, and you will be getting latest information on mathematics. And you will get more understanding about mathematics. Follow me up. And mathematics will be very simple for you to understand. You will know the basic things needed for you to know mathematics. Ordinary process of what? Arithmetic. And today we are going to treat only one subtopic. We are going to pick only one subtopic in it. And that subtopic in it is what? Elements of natural numbers. Elements of what? Natural numbers. That's what we are going to pick. We have what is called the number base. We have what is called the decimal numbers. Number base number in it, numbers, and what? Decimal numbers. But we are not going to treat these ones today. We are going to treat only what? Elements of what? Natural numbers. Though we may not finish it today, but maybe another day we can finish it up. Follow me up, you will get it right. 1.1 is what? Elements of what? Elements of natural elements of what? Natural numbers. That's what we are going to treat today. Elements of what? Natural numbers. And in these elements of natural numbers, there are subtopics inside these elements of what? Natural numbers. And the subtopic, we are going to treat even numbers. Now, what are the even numbers? Even numbers are numbers that are divisible by what? 2. The numbers that are divisible by 2 is what? Even what? Numbers. I'm not going to write the theoretical aspect of it because coming to mathematics, you will not see a question that we like under this topic where you can see the theoretical aspect of it answering what is even numbers, what is odd numbers, what is prime numbers, and all the rest. But I will just explain it and give you some examples based on the practical aspect of it, like giving you some questions on it, like coming to an examples of even numbers. Even numbers are numbers that are divisible by what? 2. That's what I said so far. And the even numbers that are divisible by 2, examples of even numbers. Examples of even numbers. What are the examples of even numbers? Examples of even number is what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and what? So on. You can see 2 can divide this one, 2 can divide this one, and 2 can divide this one, and 2 can divide this one, and 2 can divide this one. These are what? The examples of what? Even numbers. They can write a something. Okay, let me just stop here so far. Another one is what? Odd what? Numbers. This odd numbers is under these elements of natural numbers. The first one is what? Even what? Numbers. Even number. The second one is what? Odd numbers. Odd numbers. What are the odd numbers? Odd numbers are numbers that are not divisible by what? 2. Numbers that are not divisible by 2. What are the numbers that are not divisible by 2? The numbers that are not divisible by 2 is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so many other ones are not divisible. The one that when you divide it with the 2, it will have a remainder. That is the number that is not divisible by 2. Any number that when you divide it, when you bring 100, when you divide it by 2, it doesn't have a remainder. That means the number is what? Even number. But when you bring 101, divide it by 2, it will have a remainder. That means this one is what? Odd number. Any number that is not divisible, that is what? Not divisible by 2 is what? Odd number. And the examples of odd numbers are what? Examples. Examples of odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21. These are the examples of what? Odd numbers. There are many of them. As I have mentioned, 101 is an example, 99 is an example, 97 is an example. All these ones that when you press it, even in your calculators, or even when you calculate it, divide it, and it cannot be divided by 2 without having a remainder, is what? An odd number. As you can see, we are heading. We are moving on. Okay. We have treated even numbers, odd numbers. Now we are now going to what? Prime what? Numbers. What are prime numbers? The prime numbers is the numbers that cannot be divided by any other number apart from itself and 1. Examples of prime numbers. A number that cannot be divided by any other numbers apart from itself, and what? 1. 2. Examples of prime number. Examples of prime numbers. What are the examples of prime numbers? Examples of prime number. 1 is 2. The second one is 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. I wrote before 9 before 11 in the odd number. But here I jump from 7 to 11 in this one. Because why? 3 can divide 9. That means it's not a prime odd number. But here I wrote 2 here. 2 was in, I wrote it in even numbers. But here I wrote it again, 2. 2 is a prime number. Why? Because 2 can divide this 2 and 1 can divide it. And if you can still remember the definition of this prime number, we say that a prime number is a number that cannot be divided by any other number apart from itself and 1. And you can see from here now, 2 cannot, any other number cannot divide it apart from 2 and what? 1. And the same thing to 3, the same thing to 5, the same thing to 7, the same thing to 11, the same thing to 13, the same thing to 17, and continue, 19, 23, and so many other ones. These are the examples of what? A prime what? Numbers. I know you are getting it. Just subscribe for more updates. I will be doing these things, giving you well explanation on this primary aspect of mathematics, and from there you can grab it when we go to the deeper side of it. Okay, thank you. Okay, we are now under what is called what? The factors. Factor. Now, call what? Factor. What is factor? A factor is a multiples of a number to give another what? Number. Multiples of a number to give another what? Number. That is a factor. That is a factor. Multiples of a numbers. Now, I can say 12. The factors of 12. What are the factors of 12? That is a number that can divide this 12. A number that we can multiply to get to this, to give you this 12. It doesn't mean that you must multiply all the factors for you to get this exactly this thing. But any number that can divide this 12 is what? Any number that can divide this 12 is what? A factor of 12. Like, as you can see now, 2 is a factor. 2 can divide this into get 6. 3 is a factor. 4 is a factor. And 6 is a factor. Apart from these ones, no other ones can divide this. That is what? Factors. These are the factors of this number. And from there now you can see that when you come to the factor, there are what is called the dividend and divisor equals to the quotient. The dividend equals to what? The quotient. What are the dividend? I'm just explaining it little by little. I have explained what is called factor. What is called factor? I can say, let me just give you another example of factor. Like, if they can say, find the factors of this 18. The factors of 18. The factors of 18 is what? 2. 2 can divide 18. 3 can divide 18. And 6 can divide 18. 9 can divide 18. I'm coming to this dividend and divisor. Just be a little bit patient. I'm coming. I just want to make it so that other people can follow. I am trying to make mathematics to be easy. Examples of another factors. Examples of 24. Also find the factors. The factors of 20. The factors of 24. 2 is a factor. 3 is a factor. 4 is a factor. 6 is a factor. 8 is a factor. 12 is a what? A factor. These are the examples or the factors of this 24. Now we come to what is called dividend. A dividend is a number that are going to be divided. A dividend is a number that are going to be what? Divided. Dividend may be 12. What is divisor? Divisor is a number that you are going to use to divide. I can say divide by 4. While the quotient is what? The product of this. What do I say? The quotient is the product of this. I can say this one, 12 over 4. Let me just write 4 here. Is equals to what? 3. 12 over 4 is equals to 3. That means the dividend is equals to the quotient times by what? The divisor. The dividend is equals to the quotient times by the divisor. That means both the quotient and the divisor are the factors of what? The dividend. Are you getting it? Both the quotient and the divisor are the what? The factors of what? Dividend. These ones are the factors of this. 12. For instance, 12 now is equal to what? 3 and what? That's by 4. These 3 and 4 are the factors of this 12. That's 3 times 4 is equal to 12. This 3 can divide this one, 4 can divide these things. They are the same. The quotients and the other ones are the same. Now we come to what is called the primary what? The primary factors. The primary what? Factors. What are the primary factors? Okay. Before I go to the primary factors, I need to go ask you a little questions on this. Or let me just solve it anyway. Now, write the even numbers in the bracket, or mark it. The even numbers in this bracket. What are the even numbers that I said so far? The even numbers are what? The numbers that are divisible by what? 2. The even numbers are numbers that are divisible by 2. If I want to pick the even numbers, I will first of all check. Is this, can 2 divide this? Yes, 2 can divide it. And because 2 can divide this, it is what? And what? Even what? Number. Can 2 divide this one? Yes. 2 can divide it without remainder. Yes, is what? An even what? Number. When 2 divide this, you get 3. And because of that, it is what? An even what? Number. I will pick it up. Can 2 divide this one? No. 2 divide it, it will have a remainder. And because of that, it is what? It is not what? An even what? Number. Can 2 divide this one? No. Can 2 divide this one without remainder? Yes. This what is among the even numbers. And this one is not among the even numbers. Are you getting it? Is it a little bit clear? Now, as well that here we change it to what? Odd number. Odd numbers. 2. Is it among the odd numbers? No. 2, is it among the odd numbers? No. Or 3 is among the odd numbers because 2 cannot divide it. And we say that odd numbers is the numbers that are not divisible by what? 2. And 3 is what? Among the odd numbers. 7 is among the odd numbers. And 15 is among the odd numbers. Now, assuming that this place is a prime number, instead of these odd numbers and this place is a prime. Prime numbers. 2 is among the prime numbers. Because 2, there is no other number that can divide it apart from 2 and 1. Because of that, it is called what? A prime number. Do you get it right? 2 is a prime what? Number. 3 is a prime number. 7 is a prime what? Number. And 15 is what? A prime number. All these are prime numbers. Apart from this one, 6 and what? 10. Okay, we are now heading to what? The prime what? Factors. We are going from one stage to another, from one place to another. Follow me up. We will be there. prime what? Factor. Prime factors. What are the prime factors? The prime factors, I have explained what is called the factors. Now, as I have explained what is called the factors, both from the dividend is equal to the quotient. Like when I say dividend is equal to what? The quotient multiplied by what? The divisor. And I have said this is a factor of this. This is a factor of this. If I say, for example, what is the prime factor? What is a prime? I have explained what is a prime. That is not divisible by 2. I have explained what is a factor. And a prime factor, as well as they give you a number, find the prime factor of it. For instance, example. Find the prime factors of what? 12. The prime factors of 12. The prime what? Factors of 12. Find the prime factors of 12. How will you solve this? First and foremost, you need to find the factors of 12. You will first of all break it down to find the factors of 12. I have explained what is called how to get the factors. What is the factors? The factors is a number that can divide the other ones. A multiplication of a number to give another numbers. A number that when you multiply it, it will give you these things. That is the factors. And now we are now looking into what is called the prime factors. Now the prime factors of 12 right now is what? You can look, check. You can say, let me use 2 to divide. When you use 2 to divide and it didn't work, you use another number to divide. The same thing. And from here now you can see, when 2 divide this thing, we get what is called what? 6. That means this one is a prime factor. And as well that we use 3 to divide this one. When 12 divided by 3 now, we get what is called what? 4. Right? That is a prime factor. That is a factor. This one is among the factors. We are now breaking it down to find what is called the factors. From there, we can get the prime what? Factors. 4 divide this one is what? Is what? 3. Is a prime factor. And 12, 6 divide it, you get what? Is a factor. I mean, you get what? 2. That means as from here now you can see this are what? Factors. Solution. Factors of 12 is equal to 2, 3, 4, 6. Now the prime factor of 12 right now is what? 2 and what? 3. Why is it that these 4 and 6 are not among? Because any other number can divide this. 2 can divide this one, apart from 4 and 1. And the same thing to this one. 2 can divide this one and 3 can divide it, apart from 6 and 1. That means these ones are not what? A prime factors. And because of these ones, there is no any other number that can divide it apart from itself, and is a factor of this 12. That means we pick this was 2 and what? 3 as well, the prime factors of what? 12. Are you getting it? We are heading. We are moving forward. I'm going to give another example on this. If I am too fast or if I am too slow, if anything you want me to do on it, please, you let me know during the commentary sections that I can improve. I just want to help. Now, as soon as I say what is the prime factor of 15, prime factor of factors of 15. The prime factors of 15. What are the prime factors of 15? Solution, first and foremost, is to find the factors of 15. What can divide 50 without remainder? We can see that when 15 is divided by 3, we get what? 5 without remainder. And when we use 2 to divide it, we get a remainder. That's why we didn't use 2 to divide. And we can see again that when we use 4, we still get a remainder. But when we use 5 to divide it, we get what? 3. That means 3 and 5 are factors. But equally, these 3 and 5 are prime factors because there is no other numbers that can divide it apart from these 3 and what? 5. That is wonderful. We are heading to promised land. We are moving gradually. These are what the examples of what? The prime factors. You can see it by yourself. That means you write solution. The prime factors, because it's not 1. That's why we put S. Factors of 15 is equal to what? 3 and what? 5. These are the prime factors of what? 15. These are the what? The prime factors of what? 15. That is wonderful. We are heading. Okay. Now, we are now going to what is called the common word factors. The common factors. What are the common factors? The common factors of the numbers. It is now common in the sense that you are not. It's not only one number that you are looking for. You are looking for 1, 2, 3, or 4. They can say what is the common factor of 12 and 18. The common factors. The common factors. Common what? Factors. It's the factors that are being shared between 2 or more numbers. That is the common factors. The factors that are being shared between 2 or more what? Numbers. Like example. Example of the common factors. Examples. Find the common factors. Find the common factors 12 and 18. The common factors of what? 12 and what? 18. Really? We are heading. Now, in this Solution. Sorry. Sorry. Solution. You can see 12, the common factors. We are now looking for the common factors. Now 12 now is equals to what? 2 times by what? 2 times by 3 will give you what? 12. Right? Now, and here now we have 18. Common factors. 2 times by 2 2 times by 3 times by 3 is what? 18. Right? The common factors of these ones, you can see 2 is here and 2 is here. 3 is here and 3 is here. The common factors of these ones, as you can see now, is what? 2 and what? 3. But equally, 6 can divide these things. 6 can divide 12. So get 6 is among, and the same thing 6 is among. The common factors in this place that can divide these ones and divide these ones, 2 can divide this, 3 can divide this, and 6 can divide it. That means this 6, 2, 3, and 6 are the common factors in this. They are the common factors in what? 12 and what? 18. Okay.